Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of From Inside Out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do very much appreciate it. I'm your host, Jay. Thanks, guys, for being here. As you guys can see, we're dealing with something that actually is a true situation. What's currently going on right now in Florida, believe it or not. So, as you guys know, there's a tragic event, weather-wise, happening right now in the lower part, if you will, of Florida. And people are going through the suffering, hurting, and all of that right now in Florida. So I'm going to let you guys know right now that this is a major tragic event. This is a very, very strong hurricane. But we're going to be talking not just with the people on the outs. We're going to be talking about the situation, what happens to our locked up loved ones in prisons and our jails, what happens with this event while they're locked up. And I think a lot of you are going to be surprised on what happens when DOC lets this happen. So a lot of surprises, a lot of messed up situation on tonight's topic. And I appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get in the chat real quick and say hi to our co-host, Tammy. She said this, if it will pop up. There it goes. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, hi, everyone. Love, light to all. Absolutely. So we got, a major event going on right now, guys, as you guys know. And it's a very tragic event. I hate to, put it out there like that, but unfortunately it is what it is. And, I feel bad for the locked up loved ones. We're going to get into the facts here tonight. I don't know if Tammy wants to get up here in the live. If she does, I'll wait for that. But let me know what's going on with you guys. And let me know if there's any questions, comments, concerns that you guys have related to not just this event, but prison related, clear across the board. All right. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the chat right now, or you can email me right now on a more private note, if you will. And you can email me right now at voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. All right. I hope you guys appreciate that. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and, matter of fact, what's going on with my chat? Can you guys hear and see me okay? I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Oh, we got Vicky now just popped in here. Vicky says hello to all you all. Thank you very much, Vicky, for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing okay in your neck of the woods there. Let's go ahead and get Tammy, our co-host, in here, and we'll go from there. Welcome to the show, Tammy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Jay?
Well, we're surviving. Again, got lucky again for this major event not hitting us, unfortunately. But not so many people are that lucky. So yeah,
no,
major,
not.
Yeah, major event going on right now, and I feel bad for them. But it couldn't be a more fitting. It couldn't be a more fitting topic for tonight because of what's happening. And just so everybody knows, the hurricane has made landfall now. So we're sending all the prayers we can for these guys. It's not a fun event. Orphan got in here. Hey, everyone, just woke up from a nap. LOL. Yeah, I almost fell asleep before the live, too, and I said, oh, my gosh, I can't go to sleep now or I'm going to miss the live. So, yeah, I understand that.
We're all feeling the same way right now, I swear.
Yeah, a lot of energy has been drained for some reason. I felt it today. But anyways, Momar is in here. Hi from Reno. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Momar. I appreciate you. With that said, so what's your take on this, Tammy, and what's your take on the topic for tonight?
Well, I mean, I thought it was appropriate for us to do this subject tonight just for obvious reasons, but it takes me back to Hurricane Katrina specifically.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one that we had here in Texas and during Harvey as well, but in Katrina specifically, the Orleans Parish prison.
Oh, okay.
They had COs, whatever, whatever they want to call them, yellers, whatever. All no disrespect to the ones that are good out there, but all the rest of you, I don't
Sure.
have much nice
No.
to say. But they had them posted on the roof, and if anybody tried to escape,
Oh, wow.
they
Yeah.
unalived them. And listen,
Oh, I'm not
they
surprised.
were up to their chest in water.
Oh, wow.
And they left them down there in the cells. They didn't let them out. They didn't unlock them. I mean, there's a whole movie with Nicolas Cage based on that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I forget the name of it. I'll look it up and I'll post it in the chat in a minute. But like, man,
No worries.
there was this, somebody said today in one of the groups, it's a national group on Facebook for prisoners, loved ones out here on the outside. And a mother said, my son wasn't given a death sentence when he was put in prison.
Wow.
And that made me really think, like, they're not evacuating the jail in Tampa. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No.
There's no evacuation in Tampa. And so,
oh yeah, no, I knew that. I mean, that's not a surprise. I mean, that's messed up. And of course, they're sitting in there with no staff, no water, no nothing. So it makes me
they go without food.
Hey, Curtis.
4 days in Orleans Parish without food, water. They were in toxic stuff plus their own body toxic stuff that was in there from overflowing of the sewage system and everything too. So not only were they with that, they were with whatever came through the levees and all the toxic waste all over the city. So all those inmates were exposed to that, and any prisoners in any systems anywhere near that.
Wow.
So Mississippi too, I believe.
Right.
But it affected all of that.
Lady, I can't pronounce the last name. I'm probably going to beat it up. She's in the chat. Ladies, I don't even know how you pronounce that. Remember Rosewood? Sorry, I'm not sure. Do you, maybe you can hint on that a little bit more. Remember Rosewood? I'm not sure.
Okay. And I'm going to look up that thing too real quick.
All right. Appreciate the comment. And then Orphan Ann gets in here and says, at Curtis Roberts. Yep. Curtis is in here. Vicky's in here. Orphan's in here. Makes me so angry, unacceptable. Absolutely. And then there's a comment in here from the same lady. I cannot pronounce the last name. She says, who's the, I'm not going to say the word. I'm not sure why that was being brought up, but that's interesting nonetheless. Again, this is a safe spot to be in this podcast. We're not going to deal with any kind of, disrespect whatsoever. So if you can keep those type of comments out, I greatly appreciate it, because that's not what we're here for. I appreciate it. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into which topic did you want me to start with first? Because I have them all lined up here. I don't know if you have an order.
One that we'll end with. It's a 38-page document that was put together by a group. So we can take that one, and that one can be last, and it can be put to anybody to go read it if they want to at length, but it is still specifically with the disasters.
Okay, is that the PDF one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to do a PDF?
Curtis, don't even entertain them. Whoever's being ignorant, they can just go somewhere else. They don't even need to. And if we entertain it, then they just keep on. Just ignore that.
Yeah, just don't feed the trolls. Don't feed the haters. They're going to come in here and do what they do. Hey, just more advertisement from me. Believe it or not, I got 29 people in here. I'm almost got 30 people in here. That's a view record for this channel right now. But, it is what it is. People are just going to do what they can to stir up the Kool-Aid.
Annie, that's really sweet that you guys did that. She said her and her husband let 2 hurricane survivors move in with them. And they ended up, they ended up stealing from them. They moved here to find work and all. That's so
Yeah.
sad. But you know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Annie? Your heart was in the right place. I hate that they did
Mhm.
that to you and your husband.
Right.
Ugh.
Okay. With that,
Hi,
Texas
Texas
mom.
mom.
Yeah, Texas mom's in here. Hey, Texas mom, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing good, and I hope that your family, considering what's all going on with your family, hope everything's okay with your family. So prayers continue to go that way for you. Curtis said mine says 9. Interesting. Mine says I got two different devices. Hold on, my other
What
computer
we
over here
see
is.
isn't what you see, though. So,
Oh, I just lost my screen for some reason. I hate when it does that.
yeah.
Anyways, I got 11 on my phone and I got 32 on my screen right now.
Yeah, the phone is not accurate. What you get
No.
with
Well,
your
and I stream in
other.
different areas too. I stream in different areas too, guys. So keep that in
That's
mind. I
what
don't
you
get a
do.
lot of, yeah, I don't get a lot of other comments coming in because of the other stream areas. Yeah, I love Kool-Aid too. Thank you very much, Texas Mom. Absolutely. Trey Stone, what's up, Trey Stone? Thank you so much for being here as always. Curtis says, "Me too, Mom." Yeah, and then now 12. Yeah, well, it's going to go up and down, guys, because of the way just it's just the way it is. I can't complain. All right, so you want me to do the PDF last or first?
I do it last, and you can do the video since that one is on. That one is on what's going on now, the hurricane that is here, and that's courtesy of TikTok, the one that I sent you, the
Okay,
TikTok
so what
video.
I'll do the TikTok one first, and then I'll do the Florida news one that you sent me.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll do the
yeah,
TikTok
because
one
that one's
first.
an article.
Okay, fair enough. And the chat's going crazy right now. It's still awesome. Momar said, Curtis said, "LOL." Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and do the share screen. Let's get the topic underway, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you guys. As you know, I bring facts to the table. Here it is. Let me go ahead and I don't know where the sound is. Oh, that's why it's because it's off. Let me back it up. 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 All right. So listen to this lady's advice again. All credit goes to her and her video that she made on TikTok. So here it is, and we'll go from there.
Prisons and jails are excluded from evacuation orders. They have their own protocol, and that protocol is almost always to shelter incarcerated people in place and for civilian staff and corrections to flee. This has been the precedent in this country for decades, whether it's wildfires, tornadoes, hurricanes. The prison population, incarcerated individuals will be left to live or die however things shake out. And these facilities' only obligation they are expected to meet is providing food and water prior to staff's evacuation. And what that looks like typically is tossing a bunch of shit from mess in dorms, locking people in and telling them to fend for themselves. And it's never enough. People are routinely abandoned in prisons and jails in this country on purpose during disasters.
Yeah.
There is no plan to get them out because nobody cares that they die. I'm forever haunted by what happened at OPP, Orleans Parish Prison, during Katrina, in which, with chest-high water, inmates were left to fend for themselves, civilian staff and corrections were made to flee, and they were given instructions by police and the commissioner to shoot inmates trying to evacuate on site.
Crazy,
That
huh?
happens a lot.
Yeah.
Way more than people realize. It happened during Harvey in Texas. They abandoned federal facilities that house inmates. It happens during wildfires in California and Oregon. It happens across the eastern seaboard during hurricane season and tropical storm season. When we had Hurricane Ian in New York, they did not evacuate Rikers. Rikers is on an island. During Hurricane Maria on Puerto Rico, they did not evacuate a federal prison that housed over 1,400 people.
Imagine that, guys.
So when you're thinking about the people who are made immobile by policy, by legislative efforts, by poverty and disability, you need to also be thinking about the incarcerated population who are going to be forced to shelter in place and hope to hell that they can make it.
Yeah. So that should tell you guys something right there. And all information, guys, listen, all information, guys, is in the description of this video here tonight. So if you want to see this information, all that, you can do that on your own leisure time. But this is true facts. This is true information, and you guys can see it right here firsthand. With that, again, we need change in this scenario because, again, our taxes are paying for this, and our locked up loved ones, believe it or not, are stuck in these cells until the staff come back. You heard it there.
And sometimes
So
they don't come back. I mean,
some don't, some do. Yeah, you're right. It's absolutely
you know,
appalling. It's a major Eighth Amendment violation and so much other stuff under our Constitution, guys. So just be wary of it. You know, the information's here. I don't bring lies and bullcrap to this podcast. I bring facts. Here it is. This is coming from the New York Times. This is another post, ladies and gentlemen. Again, all credit goes to New York Times for putting this on. And again, thanks to Tammy, our co-host, for sending this information to as well. So, Tammy, did you want to break this down, or do you want me to do it?
sure, I can. If you'd like me to, I can. Can
Sure,
everybody hear me? I hope.
Yeah, I can hear you. I appreciate it, Tammy.
I've got it loud enough. Okay. So, several Florida jails and prisons refused to evacuate ahead of Hurricane Milton. Despite being in evacuation zones, correctional facilities will keep thousands of residents on site. Several Florida jails and prisons are refusing to evacuate the residents ahead of Hurricane Milton, despite being in the evacuation zone of the storm. Manatee County Jail, which has 1,200 incarcerated people and is located on the southeast side of Tampa Bay in the path of the hurricane that was roaring towards it across the Gulf of Mexico on Wednesday, will not be evacuating. A representative of the jail told Newsweek on Tuesday. So that information came from Newsweek. The jail falls within Zone A evacuation area, the outlet further reported. Those in Zone A could face a storm surge of up to 11 feet and are supposed to be evacuated first, according to Manatee Evacuation Guide. We do not issue evacuation orders lightly, said the Manatee County Public Director, Jody Fisk. Newsweek reported Milton is anticipated to cause more storm surge than Hurricane Helene. So if you stayed during Helene and got lucky, I would not press my luck with this particular system. Hurricane Helene hit northwestern Florida near Tallahassee less than 2 weeks ago, and the impact in the state and in many states further north, especially North Carolina, remains massive.
Yeah, and they're still. I'm sorry, Tim. They're still dealing with bullcrap over there.
Yeah, it's terrible. But a deputy with Manatee County Jail told Newsweek that the jail would reportedly be stocked with sandbags and other supplies. In the event of flooding, residents would be moved to the top floor of the jail. Guardian could not reach a representative of the jail for comment. Multiple jails and prisons in hurricane-hit states have previously failed to evacuate incarcerated people during a natural disaster, despite being located in a mandatory evacuation zone. In South Carolina, at least 2 prisons were not evacuated during Hurricane Florence in 2018. Florence is that one that got busted, remember, for all the inhumane treatment, the federal prison?
Yeah, imagine that.
In the past, it's been safer to leave them there, a spokesman for South Carolina Department of Corrections said, the BBC reported. During Hurricane Katrina in 2005, hundreds of incarcerated people were left in the Orleans Parish Prison for 4 days during the deadly storm. Those incarcerated were left locked in their cells amid rising floodwaters without food or water. Other Florida jails and prisons have also said they will not evacuate during Milton. Correctional facilities in the counties of Sarasota, Hernando, Pasco, Charlotte, and Lee will also remain in place during the storm, according to 10 Tampa Bay, a local outlet. Family members of those incarcerated are worried about their loved ones' safety. Julie Rainier, a Florida resident, told 10 Tampa Bay that she had relatives in both Charlotte Correctional Institutions and Hardy Correctional Institution. Raymer, who is being identified by her maiden name due to fears of retaliation, said she was told by officials in both jails that they would not be evacuating. They said their buildings are able to sustain a storm like this. Ramirez said to 10 Tampa Bay, they seem to think the storm is not serious. Ramirez told 10 Tampa Bay, when my son was sentenced, he was not given a death sentence, she said.
Wow.
And that's the end of the article. But basically, just to let you know, when you break it down, like them saying they're going to sandbag it, and if it floods, then they're going to bring them upstairs. Why don't you have them upstairs already?
Right.
You know that it's going to flood. It's common sense. It's going to flood. There's
Mm-hmm.
no way it's not going to flood. Even with the Cat 3, you're on the front line. You're going to take the biggest beating. There's no way.
Wow. And I like to know, again, I'm assuming this is a policy, because I know damn well it can't be a law. When it comes to leaving these people in their cells while this event's taking place and the staff gets to go home. Whoever came up with this is screwed up in the head. It's got to be a policy, because I can't find no law on this. But yeah, thank you, Tammy, for doing that. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, and whatnot, put it in the chat. Let us know. And we'll go from there. Again, we got a major event, guys, happening right now in the very southern tip, if you will, of Florida, down by Orlando, Tampa, and all that, if you guys know where it's at. And they're getting hit hard right now as we speak. It's made landfall. It's there, and it's tearing up that portion of Florida. And of course, obviously, there's prisons and jails over there too. Go ahead, Tammy.
It's just going to rip across the whole middle of the state, and it's going to be devastating.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thank you, Trey Stone, for your comment. He says judges' sentences are predicted upon normal treatment, housing, basic living. Yep, all things the Fed pays them to do, falling short, making sentences more severe than a. Where is it at? Yeah, I don't know. There's no. Hold on a second, guys. They don't care, Trey. Absolutely. Oops, my bad. Give me a second. Orphan said they are never even going to release the real death toll. It is impossible for the media to get an accurate number of deaths. Yeah. Again, it's hard to even believe what media posts, because, it's all about ratings and popularity for any news outlet nowadays. They don't really care about the truth or what's really happening. So, wow, Tammy, I just looked up at my top portion of my screen. I got 40 people in here now. 40. That's a record breaker. All right. It is more than they said they think. Yeah, absolutely. And Curtis said, I agree, Annie. So just to clarify something for you guys to understand this. I did a segment. I even did a short video on this. It's called the JNS for short. But what's it mean, JNS? JNS stands for, guys, judgment and sentencing, if you're not aware of it. And that's your court documents when you get sentenced from a court or from a judge, however you want to look at it, of your sentence and how much time you're supposed to do. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't have anything in small writing or fine print or anywhere in the document that says, during natural disasters, this is supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen. That's supposed to happen. It doesn't say that in your JNS. It just says your sentences and and how much time you have to do. Other than that, if you get all this other extra stuff while you're doing your own time that was given to you by the judge, it would be considered inhumane. Now, again, I've had people ask me, hey, Jay, can you sue or file a lawsuit under this type of situation? Yes, you can. But like all lawsuits, they're complicated. There's a lot that goes into it. This is an Eighth Amendment violation when you leave them with no water, because that's a right. Even during storms, you have to have water, electricity. But that part is like this, because when the power goes out, you can't control that. But the water shouldn't go out, because that doesn't take electricity that I know of to work, unless you're trying to have hot water with the hot water tanks. Other than that, you should have at least cold water running. All right. So the toilets can be used. If you can't use the bathroom, that's inhumane. All right. I've heard stories that the toilets don't even work when a storm hits. So yeah, can you sue? There's your answer. Absolutely. And what's your take on that, Tammy?
Well, I mean, honestly, more than just lawsuits and things like that, they'll let them out if they think they can use them for free labor. I've seen that happen in different disasters where they've let the prisoners out so they can work for free and do some more free stuff to protect things or do things, or let them out for war or whatever other little thing they need them to do.
Correct.
You know? I mean, come on. Let's get for real. There are people in there for things that, like, there's somebody look at what Cadillac said. Her husband's in there for $60.
Yeah, and that's petty.
And he's been in
That's
there
petty.
over 23 years.
That's petty. I got
3 years.
I got $60. I can pay that back.
Like,
it's the.
I mean, like, even what
You want your. I guess jails nowadays don't. It's about the principle. I guess is it? That's what I'm looking at. That's what it feels like.
Well, if
principle.
that's the case, then they should be arresting all these. I invited you to a group on Facebook. I encourage all of you guys to go to this group. I'm going to look it up so I can tell y'all the name of it, and I'll post it down there. But basically, it's like TD. It's called. Oh, you'll remember it. I'm going to put it right now. Hang on, just a second. It's called TDCJ Troll.
Oh, interesting.
Let me tell you, he was a CO. He quit because he got tired of watching the abuses that occurred by COs and other higher ranking staff. And guess what happened? Now everybody tells him all the scoop, and I swear it's like once a week, if not every couple of days, somebody is being walked off of a unit. Walked off, because they either, one just the other day got for oppression of an inmate, another got having an intimate relationship with an inmate. I mean, there was one walking around the yard with hickeys all over, and they didn't think that it was not a
I wonder how that happens.
You know, and so it's just like, so all these things we're going to say, oh, we don't want to let them out because it's a storm, or we don't want to transport, or we don't want to do this, and we don't want to do that. But yet these corrupt officers, and half of them end up just resigning. They don't ever serve any prison time. Just like the 5 juvenile justice prisons here in Texas, where they found incidences of abuse, physical, mental, and SA, and unalivings and all kinds of stuff at the 5 juvenile facilities. But how many officers have been arrested?
No, that's a word.
None.
Yeah, that's a word right here.
It pisses me. Yeah, imagine that. It pisses me off. Like, so we're just going to leave them in there where they can't fend for themselves.
Yeah.
You're just going to leave them in there and let the waters come in. You're going to let the pipes break. You're going to let toilets overflow. You're going to leave them without food. No way to get out. And if they unalive from drowning, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Treystone said this: it's the money pit. It's just to funnel money into pockets of federal employee. I totally agree. Like Curtis says in almost all of our podcasts, he says this: follow the money. Can't be make it any more stronger than that. And then, of course, the Gotti Girl's in here. What's up, Dottie? The Gotti Girl, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing that when it boils down to all this stuff that we talk about, or you see it at the tail end of it, guys, it's all about the money. Nothing more, nothing less. Tammy?
That's exactly what it is. It's all about the money because they have nothing to lose. They'll just replace them with other inmates. They don't care. Yeah. They really don't. I mean, that's what
in with the new, out with the old.
Exactly.
Stupid. But yeah. But what we're gonna do now, if I can, I'm gonna do that. What is it? That PDF now, if you want me to.
Okay, and so in that one, I can jump around in it a little bit. I want to put that Facebook group in just a second. Let me put that in real quick.
Yeah. No, we got plenty of time. You're good.
guys,
And then
I
Orphan.
encourage you all go to Facebook. It's on Facebook. I'm putting it in and check out his. They put up the mugshots of the officers. They put up all the kind of the dirty details on Facebook.
Orphan Annie said this: "Money talks. I wonder how it will help Diddy." I'm glad you brought that up, Orphan, because to be honest with you, his money is worthless now. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of different stories and rumors going around of where he could be and what's going on with him in jail right now. I know this is off topic, but all the inmates knowing that who he is, not per se too much about his charges, even though they're pretty heinous. They're going to take advantage of him. A lot of people are going to have fat stores or fat commissary thanks to this guy. So they're going to take advantage, if you will, of all of the financial situation with P Diddy. So it's not going to go well for him. I guess rumor has he's not doing good in there. He was on Unalive Watch not too long ago. I think it's been lifted now. Thanks, Orphan. Curtis said this real quick. Something. WNN corrupt judges and cops go unpunished every day. Absolutely. Thanks, Curtis. Here's Tammy's. It's called TG Day. Oh, wow. Let's try that again. What is wrong? TGCJ Troll is on Facebook. There we go. That's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. Yeah. Anyways, he is trying his best to get bail. Yeah, but he's been denied twice now, Orphan, and everybody in the chat.
He's got a dream team right now, though, for bail. Just so everybody knows, he like OJ had. He's got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
I don't think that they'll get it still, but hey, it's always
he's not.
worth it.
He's not going to get out. He'll try to get out, but he's not going to get out, even with all the money he has. And that just goes to show you that you can have all the money in the world and it can't save you. Orphan Annie said this: their legal partner or spouse. The purpose of conjugal visits is to allow it as a sexual relations. Yes, it's more of a personal visit than just a normal visit. And some prisons, believe it or not,
there's only two. You ready? 2 states: New York and California.
That don't or do?
That do. They're the only 2 states that allow it now. And if everybody has their way, the powers that
Washington State allows it. Washington State allows it.
They're on there too. I'm just telling you, it's very few.
You're good.
What was it, Jay? California, Washington, and New York. You're right. But you know what? They're trying to do away with like in-person visitation. They're going video.
I'm not surprised because they don't want no physical contact anymore.
They don't want them to have any humanity. That's what it is.
That too. But like, physical contact's better than on the screen.
We have a delay, I think. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to talk over you.
Oh no! Not just with you. It happens to everybody. I can't control it.
Texas mom, I hope you're watching this. Okay, so Jay, on that PDF, whenever you're ready.
Okay, we're going to get the settings now. Bear with me. We're going to go into a PDF file, guys, about some more information about what happens with disasters like this. So it's a PDF file. This information, guys, keep in mind, is in the description of this live. If you, for some reason, missed whatever I'm showing you guys tonight, you can go in the description, click any of that, and look at it on your own time and leisure. Here's that information. Come on. All right, here we go.
Okay. And I don't know if you can get to it, but it's like page. Ooh. Okay, so I'll read the first one after this page. It's the next one. It says, in times of unnatural disaster, prisoners caged within institutions in storm paths and mandatory evacuation zones are regularly abandoned to shelter in place, where they endure horrendous and dangerous conditions. Simultaneously, inmate labor is exploited by the state and corporations alike, and prisoners are routinely put on the front lines of climate catastrophes to face flames and floodwaters alike for the next to nothing per day. Mm-hmm. So on the next, after you get through that page and you go to part It'll say part 1, prisoners in disaster. There's so much in this, so I'm just going to kind of skip around, okay? Because I did read over it a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot here, guys. There's 38 pages of this information.
Yeah, y'all can read it. It's good, great read. It was 3 a.m. when the line of inmates were directed through knee-deep floodwater at the Carol Young Medical Unit of the Texas Detention Center from the bunkhouse to the main building. It was in 2018. Hurricane Harvey was delivering a deluge across the state with up to 40 inches of rain in some communities. 40 inches, that's almost 4 feet, guys. It's a little
That,
over 3.5 feet.
and I'm 6 foot, so yeah, that tells you something right there. That's up to almost
48. Yeah, that's
past
a
my
lot.
waist. That's past my, yeah, that's
How would
past my
that
waist.
be? Where would that be on you? Like right to
My
your
waist, if not
breastbone,
my,
maybe?
yeah, almost to my chest.
Yeah. And so with nearly 100 fellow detainees with disabilities on dialysis, undergoing chemotherapy, and with post-surgical
Yeah,
wounds, the march across 75 yards of flooded terrain was difficult. In the words of one of the prisoners who went through the harrowing experience, that's
correct.
when I noticed the ladies with wheelchairs, walkers, or crutches are struggling. One woman is crying hysterically because she is afraid of water, and the dorm boss can't take her one step forward. Can't get
Wow.
her to take one step forward. So that was just one situation, and they it was the Carol Young is situated just adjacent to the reservoir, and the Army Corps had determined a breach was possible. The facility had not been evacuated. The next 2 days were a waiting game, punctuated by screaming guards, the emergency on-site delivery of a baby by a pregnant inmate, and dwindling food supply. And so the number of institutions were left unevacuated during the powerhouse storm, which took the lives of 68 people and caused $125 billion in damage. When hurricane devastated Galveston County in 2009, National Weather Service warned of certain unaliving to those who did not evacuate. About 1,000 detainees forced to shelter in place suffered through dismal sanitary conditions.
Yeah, that's
I
disgusting.
mean, it was talking about that their water seeped into their quarters, caused the ceiling tiles to fall off, all kinds of things. You know, you're thinking power lines are down, power lines and water do not mix.
No, they
You've
do
got
not.
gasoline pumps that get damaged, that cause fires. I mean, it comes with a whole slew. But on that picture up there, if you'll go back up, Jay, to page 4, right there, Texas Mom, that's Rose Sharon.
There you go. Right, this picture. Yeah. Look at the
We
water.
have
Look, I
loved
mean,
ones at that unit. I'm not saying her and I specifically, but we know people there. So I just wanted
I
to kind of point it out that it floods
yeah,
during hurricanes.
yeah. Look at this mess. And again, people are living in these outbuildings. This is the prison. These are all pods. I guess you can say, or living units. Each one of these have a certain cause and reason behind it. And this is how they live. And again, if you guys are wondering what this big tower, right, white looking thing right here in the foreground, that's a water tower. Okay. And some prisons have, I guess, from what I gather, anyways, their own water towers. So there's no rhyme or reason why they
But this,
should,
I got to tell you about this. I'm going to touch on this in
but they
behalf
should
of
have
my
water.
good friend, Texas Mom. I'm going to touch on this about the water. Rose
Sure.
Sharon
I'm just,
specifically in that whole area, Jay, it's kind of outside of Houston. Let me tell you something. There are people, every person that has been incarcerated, a bunch of them, they come
sure.
out and they all get kidney cancer. There
Yes.
is radiation in the water.
I
And
wouldn't doubt
every
it.
time somebody reports it, they call the prison, the company that tests the water, or the government entity. They call the prison and tell them they're coming, and they bleach everything. They
I'm
put
gonna
it
come back
through
into.
the lines, and the smell is like over. And I mean, I wish one day she'll get up here with us, but uh
Yeah.
yeah, Tanya and I had a big long discussion about that. But you think all of that stuff is seeping in, it's all in their body, it's going in their
Yeah.
skin. Gosh.
And so let me, again, I don't want to say it's a rumor because I hate adding to more rumors and gaga, but I got to ask because every dang prison is set differently and they do things differently just to make some contents here. But they're in a situation or crisis like this. Do their bathrooms really stop working? Toilets?
Yeah, they start overflowing and stuff because what happens is when all that comes in, it floods into it. And so everything backs up. Think about it. What happens to a commode if you just keep pouring water in it? It's going to
Mm,
eventually back up if there's stuff in there in the lines.
that
So
makes sense.
the sewage starts backing up back into the cells. And in the
God,
sinks and
again,
all of
very
it,
poor, very poor design. They have no idea how to make it to won't do that, so you can
well,
still
look at
use
our
it.
streets. What happens to
I
the streets and it
that
smells?
I get it. That's true. That's true. Dang, holy crap. I just wanted to make sure. I thought it was a hype, but anyway. Thanks, Tammy, for clarifying that. Trey
Oh,
Stone said
you're
this:
welcome.
everyone who turned themselves in should get furlough, more furlough, weekend furloughs. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? And Texas mom said this: this is unacceptable. Absolutely, it is. Not sure
And
what Jordan meant by this. Jordan said, Malcolm, he's new here. Jordan, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you too. Damn wrench gang in the building. Where's mine? I feel super vulnerable. LOL. Not sure what a wrench gang. Oh, everybody's got a wrench except for you. Well, you're new here, and I don't give wrenches to just nobody. They got to earn it. So if you're not understanding that, Jordan, I hope you can understand that everybody that's in the chat that have wrenches earned it. So, but you're new here. So if you're here on a positive note, maybe you can earn yours. Texas mom said it's horrible. Absolutely. But hey, I get educated all the time and I appreciate the knowledge. The Gotti girl said for sure that they'd back up. Yeah, absolutely. That's just, man, there's got to be a different way of fixing that. But I get it. Can't stop it. The paint over the rust for inspections. Yeah, I know. I do. I can recall that because they did it where I was. They paint over rust, like that's going to fix the problem. Pipes bust in winter and storms. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jordan said, no, I'm just playing. Okay. Well, I never know when anybody's playing, but I appreciate
okay.
the smile and the laugh and the joke. I appreciate it, Jordan, nonetheless.
So one thing that
All
was
right.
interesting in the PDF, Jay, they
Yes, ma'am.
mentioned some people, and I think you're going to crack up when I go into this a little bit.
Okay.
So one of the
Do
other
I need to go
things
back
that
on the screen or can you just, do I need to go
you're
back up?
good because
Okay.
anybody can look all this up. There's so much of it; it's like ridiculous.
It's in the
But
description, so they can.
yeah, it mentions Core Civic and Geo Group left detainees to shelter in place during Harvey. Geo Group operated several different facilities that lay in the storm's path, but both multi-billion-dollar corporations were unwilling to evacuate the people they profit from, caging as punishment for their exercising movement across the borders. The events that unfolded in the Orleans Parish Prison following Sheriff Marlon N. Guzman's, that's his name, Marlon N. Guzman. So if any of y'all ever want to write him a nice letter, refusal to comply with the mayor's first ever mandatory evacuation of the city of New Orleans contributed to the scenes of suffering and destruction emblazoned in the historic tragedies of Hurricane Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
And he said Guzman was quoted saying, "The prisoners will stay where they belong."
Oh, imagine that.
And it said that the OPP plunged into darkness, Katrina closed in, and the inmates on the lowest level lost ventilation. and stifling heat took hold. Electrical doors became inoperable and hopelessly locked shut, which trapped prisoners inside as floodwaters rose.
Wow.
And there was 6,500 people incarcerated there that were abandoned with up to their necks in floodwaters teeming with sewage, while guards charged with their safety fled the prison.
Right. Okay. So my friend that I follow on X, Bill Kissinger, he lives right now. He moved to Tallahassee, Florida. So he's not getting hit by the current hurricane, but he did a little bit get hit by the last one, I think. Anyways, he says this, Jay, I'm doing a regular updates on all of this on my website at freedomchannel.com, working on an update right now, he says. And then he also said this too down in the chat. I was in Angola during Katrina. So here's some more information that helps. I was in Angola during Katrina and had to live in the gym for a full year. That's crazy. Thank you so much,
sorry
Bill.
You went through that, Bill.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so sorry. That's
Absolutely.
terrible.
Trey Stone said, post W if you're in the wrench gang. Oh, that's okay. Thank you, Trey. Yeah, he makes me laugh. He's a good guy. The Gaudy Girl said W. Yeah. So all of people have wrenches. He's always starting
Y'all
something,
be
isn't he? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you guys for the laugh.
I thought that was
it.
cute of him to say, Jordan. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, no, it's.
I didn't even at first.
No, I'm not mad at him.
To get what he
not,
was saying. I know you're not.
Right. You're right. Everybody can have a sense of humor, whether it's whatever it is. It's allowed here as long as it's not disrespectful.
I love
we
our
try to
group
keep
because we're not mean. That's what I love about all of y'all. Everybody.
Well, yeah, and we're not judgmental and all that crap. So yeah, it's a safe place. It's a safe spot to be, nonetheless.
It's a safe place.
Okay, so with that, does anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns regarding tonight's podcast? Put it in the chat. Let us know. Again, if you want to contact me in a more private thing, if you need to, please do right now at voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. Again, voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. Appreciate it. All right. And actually, Tammy, if you would like to say something, go ahead. I got to get my website that I just created. I want to get it in the chat too, so people can find me on my website too as well.
Absolutely.
I got to figure out what I do with it now.
I'm gonna kind of go through the chat and kind of read it as we go. But Bill said, "Holler at you later. Working on my updates right now.
Thanks,
Send
Bill.
people to my site for the updates." Thank you, Bill, and we appreciate you, and we will head over to your channel. Make sure you post if you can. Send it to Jay so you can post it at least on Fridays.
Yeah, he belongs on X. I don't know if he has any other socials that I know of, but anyways,
we can post it Friday, men's night.
Yeah, I can do that too, I guess. But I just want to let everybody in the chat know I do have a website now, guys. If you didn't know that, I have shared it. I give it to Tammy and a few other people, but I can't seem to find it on my computer screen. Let me see if I can find it here and put it in the chat. But I do have, which is still somewhat a work in progress, but it is a bona fide legit website. You guys can contact me through there, and I think there's an email on there and all of that. So it's like a normal everyday domain, but it just in case you guys lose contact, you have that website. So once I find it, we can go from there, and I'll send it in here. Unless Tammy, you can find it and send it.
I'm trying to see if I can get it, because I think you.
I sent it
in to us and the other one too. Yeah, I've got it. Give me just a second.
Yeah, if you can link it or something and send it in the chat, I greatly appreciate it.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now, guys.
Okay,
I'm old and slow. Forgive me.
Yeah, you're. Orphan Andy said, I think a lot of infrastructure in the United States is really old and is long overdue for an overhaul. Yes, absolutely. From prisons to hospitals and from bridges to dams. Yeah, everything's old and nothing lasts forever. So it does need replaced. Absolutely. But again, I don't know if we even have the money for that because we're giving it all to Ukraine. But yeah. it's crazy. But Bill said this for following purposes: Facebook under my name, X as Kill Bill twice, and LinkedIn. There you guys go. And this is my website, Tim.
Yes.
Yep, it is. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. There's my website, guys. I know it sounds weird. It says Tube Space. That's just that's what they called it. But it helps people that are not very computer savvy when it comes to building websites. So anyways, guys, there's my website. Click that. Let me know what you guys think. Send me or follow me there on that website to see if it works. Send me an email through there and see if I get it, because I haven't even tested that, see if it works. Let me know if you... Yeah, you're fired. No, I'm kidding.
Man,
Vicky said,
I was just going to ask for a raise. Man, that's
right. I know, man. You're too... No, I'm kidding. Vicky said, you are so correct, Orphan Annie. Absolutely. Everybody's on fire tonight. I appreciate you guys. Chris, I have emailed you, Jay. All right. I will check it out. I don't know if it's through our normal email or through the website. Let me know which is which. Regardless, I hope I get it. And then Curtis has more than once. Okay, thank you, Curtis.
My friend is in here. Your friend is in here. Hi, John.
Yay.
So happy.
Hi, John. How you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing good where you're at. And keep us updated if you have anything going on. It's good to see you nonetheless. Much love and respect to you. The Gotti Girl said, congrats on that. Absolutely. So this is the thing. This is where we, right now, because I've already gave out all the data and information for tonight. But I need your guys' take. Everybody in the chat, people on panel, let me know what you guys think about, this scenario. What do you think should change? Should we continue to do the operation the way they do it, or should we do something to where we can come up with ideas like evacuation, finding higher ground, doing something that's a little bit more humane? I want to hear solutions. I want to hear your guys' ideas.
That has like legal precedent or anything that they can tell us about past occasions where the inmates / prisoners, and the sad part of it to me, I was thinking about this today. I was going, man, okay, so it's bad enough they do it to the prisoners, right? But say you're in county jail for like a very minor offense, unpaid traffic tickets or something, and you just happen to be in there when a hurricane hits like that. You haven't even been to court. You've got 60 to 70% of people that are in the county jail waiting for their day in court. They haven't even been convicted or sentenced.
Exactly.
So what, like, they're not even thinking about it. Like, I don't know.
No, it's like they don't care. For some reason, Tammy, and I know if you noticed it, and I think everybody else in the chat knows it too, but I want everybody to know that it seems like nobody, like courts or any government entity that runs the system, has a care in the world about our human beings, our loved ones. I don't understand why this country alone, because other countries don't do this shit. I don't understand why this country alone treats everybody that's locked up like animals. What's the point and principle of that? I just can't wrap my mind around it.
It's crazy to me, though. I was thinking about that today, and I was going, man, county jails, they leave them in there too. I was like, oh my God, I can't even.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I couldn't go to sleep.
We don't do that to our. We don't do that to our. We don't do that to our animal shelters or our dogs or our any animal, horses, our cows. They all get rescued and taken care of. Why can't our loved ones get the same treatment?
Yeah, I mean, not one single. And it was funny. The mayor of Tampa, she did an interview. I watched her on the news today. And she said, they said, how do you feel about these people that won't evacuate? And she says, well, quite frankly, I think they're stupid. And I thought, well, you as mayor, you don't have any say. You can't tell them or pull some strings and say, okay, we're not going to leave any citizen here helpless in the wake of the storm.
Makes no sense. And then where's your tax dollars going with that? See, I can do this too. So how much tax dollars are wasted on keeping these people locked up in their cells with no amenities, no water, no food? Yeah.
And potential lawsuits that they're going to have because they get injured or get
and taxpayers have to pay for that too.
We have
The
to pay for that.
yeah, more money.
More money. I mean, as long until we abolish the qualified immunity, we're going to keep paying through our nose.
This is a great point. Listen to this comment right here. This is a new person. Welcome in, Jane Spitfire. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you too as well. Jane said this: why can't they bus up prisoners and take to other jails out of state or higher ground? I agree. I don't know why they can't. Maybe it's too much money. But then when you add it all up, lawsuits cost more. So what's the difference? Great comment. Thank you, Jane. Orphan said there was a federal officer that came to my house and was going to arrest me for unpaid ticket for having my chihuahua off her leash in the Great Smoky Mountains. Are you kidding me?
Somebody needs a life, and somebody needs to deflate this power trip.
Somebody needs money for their. Somebody needs quota.
I guess.
Christmas. John Doe said this. That said the county jail can be the only building left standing. Oh wow.
Yeah, because they probably do make them better than everywhere else. They want to keep
Vicky. Right, Vicky. I appreciate your guys' comments. Keep them coming, guys. Vicky said this. I would like to know too, and you are right about they are not. Yeah, absolutely. And the Gaudy girl said this, as if they've spent money assuring prisoners are safe. Yeah, well, obviously they're not that safe. They're supposed to begin with, but prisoners are constantly under threat all the time. Absolutely. Vicky said animals. Yeah, absolutely. Animals get treated better. Orphan said this, the officer was a bully, and I told he did not even care that I could not afford a ticket, and as wow.
She was sick that day. She said.
Yeah, I understand, but come on, like you said, Tammy, earlier, it's a power trip. These officers don't even hold their own oath that they swore to. Sick. And Orphan said was sick that day. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Sick.
Yeah,
she was the day he was harassing her.
Wow, listen to this. The Gaudy girl said dog off leash here is $800 fine. Oh man. Just ranking the dough. Wow.
It's crazy.
Unreal.
I agree.
It's almost like, I don't want to say money laundering, but dang, it's a major scheme. Orphan Annie says it's crazy. Yeah.
It's a racket.
Just more taxes. Just more revenue to come in and make it hard for us to live. But did you have anything in closing, Tammy?
Just everybody, I would ask you to have prayers and heartfelt.
For
those
tonight.
of you that don't pray, but have, positive vibes sent to these inmates and their loved ones who probably don't want to leave the area because their loved ones, they're entrapped and they feel guilty. Or people that simply can't leave because of money or whatever. Let's hope that they find shelter in a safe place as the storm hits. To all those that are already suffering, let's hope that they do get what they need in order to sustain and just everything. You never fully heal from it, but hopefully they can move forward with their life and
absolutely
still be able to regain footage and survive.
Yeah, absolutely. And Texas Mom said this. She goes, "Thank all for bringing awareness, Jay and Tammy." Absolutely, Texas Mom. It's an honor and privilege to do this. I actually technically wouldn't have it any other way. Again, for the newbies, I've been doing this for 6 years. I have a little bit of knowledge, I guess, in this, and I want to take this knowledge and educate all of you guys under it. So, absolutely, thank you so much, Texas Mom, for those kind words. Real quick before we bounce out of here, John Doe says this. Let's hope I find an Akita. Oh,
it's a dog.
Yeah, I know what it is. Okay, well, thank you, John. Thanks for the smile. Texas Mom said, "Together we are stronger." Absolutely. Little side note: I went to town earlier tonight before the live. I wore my favorite shirt, as you guys know, Stop Hate Speech. And again, I got a lot of people giving me the stink eye and mumbling on their breath. I can't tell you what they were saying, but man, they weren't too happy with that shirt. So it's doing its job. People think my shirt is a free speech violation. Stop hate speech. To clarify something with you guys real quick, it's not. And keep in mind, the First Amendment to the Constitution is not absolute. So anybody asks why I'm wearing that shirt, I'm not wearing it to cause issues or negativity. I'm wearing it to stop the hate. New merch is also up on our platform, guys. I made 2 new t-shirts yesterday, I think it was, or night before. Anyways, and there it is. Please check out my new merch. And if you want to become a member, it's open right now. Become a member and have extra perks that you can't have on normal subscription. Other than that, I try to keep this thing going. I do a segment called Now Imagine That with a longer version video instead of just on here. So check that out. I've been doing that twice now so far. I'll be on my 3rd one here soon. I also do shorts when it comes to our prison material. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concern related to prison, or you got a story or a content idea, let me know. voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. Tammy?
Yes, and if any of you need anything, just let us know. We are building, we are pushing and pushing and pushing forward. I'm trying to finish getting my website up. It's just got to have the time, the energy, and the focus. You still can reach me as well at Voices. At Voices at Inside Out. You can reach me through Jay, through his website. And then you can also go to my website. It has a chat bot on there while it's during construction, and it'll remain on there after. But it is voti.world. So Village of Dreams Initiative. We are going to get this up and going. I promise you guys, we're going to make things happen.
It just takes time, guys, when you don't have a lot of help. Yeah, it just takes time, guys. When you don't have anybody to kind of help you behind the scenes, it makes it difficult to get things done. I know. I'm right there with you, Tammy. So real quick before we go, I know I'm getting past my time. The Gotti Girl said this: Jay, have you ever tried contacting any high-profile release wrongful convicted to be a guest? We've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, trying to get people on board. We can't force them; they don't want to, but we have been reaching out. Yes, and it said would grow membership. Absolutely. I've taken everything into consideration. I'm looking into a few things. I'm even trying to get a special guest up on here that I can't say who or what it is because I don't want to spoil it, but we're in a talking process of it now. With that, thank you very much, guys. And then, of course, Texas Mom said this: stop the hate. Absolutely cannot do anything in this country with all the hate. So we got to get rid of it, including hate speech. It's not tolerated. Degari said, haha, what a fantastic contradiction. Yes, absolutely. And then stop hate speech again. Thank you, Texas Mom, for that. Don't forget to mention the new website and TikTok. Yes, the website's already up. Tammy put it in here earlier. Let's see. What did I do with it now? 1 second, I'll put it back up in here. Curtis says, I will, Jay. Thank you very much. Good night, all, Curtis said. And then, let's see, what was it? Orphan said, content idea. Yes, content. What did I say? Context? And then,
I don't know. We just go
Tammy said, love you all. Hope all you have a great rest of your week and see you all on Friday night. Yeah, don't forget Man's Night coming up this Friday. And I'm not sure what we have on board, but we have something always special nonetheless. And credit goes to Tammy for helping me put those shows on. Without her, this podcast wouldn't really exist. So thank you, Tammy, for that.
Without all of us, it wouldn't exist. It takes each and every one of us, and I have people that help me and give me ideas. Sometimes it helps. It just all kinds of go all the way around. But you guys,
there's the website. There's the website, guys, right there. It's pinned in the comment section at the very top. It's https://tubespace.io from Inside Out Network LLC. All right. And that's my website that I have. I just made it. There it is. Go check it out, guys. And go from there. But I appreciate you all being here. Again, if you guys have comments, let us know what's going on. We're all here to work together. We're a team. There's no I in team. And we can do what we can, to bring awareness. Truth of Tam said, love you all. Hope you have a great rest of your week and see you on Friday. Absolutely. Thank you, Tammy, for that. Orphan said, maybe the Mendetta's brothers. Hey, that's a great idea. Tammy, what do you think about that?
All all of the movies and shows here recently, so it's all on my head. So, yeah, we could do that. We could definitely
That'd be an
go
interesting
there.
show. Yeah,
I'd like to
absolutely.
do
We'll
a
look
couple
into it.
updates about a couple different things going on right now. I think would be cool.
Yeah, we'll look into it nonetheless. Again,
I'll
all
ask
ideas
her.
are appreciated. It helps the show, helps the podcast, and helps bring education where it needs to be. And the Gotti Girl said, and I'm the token girl on men's night. Yes, you are the Gotti Girl. Absolutely. And look at all the purple hearts. Absolutely. So again, guys, real quick, send prayers, thoughts, and condolences for the hurricane that's inland right now on Florida. People don't have any power or water. It's a big, gigantic mess. It's a big storm. It hit as a category 4 or 3. When it hit land, it was a 5, the highest it goes. But hurricane season isn't over until November 30th. So we got a little ways to go, but it's calming down. Hopefully this is the last one for the season, but anything can spin up even before it's over. So with that being said, just keep them in your prayers. The Gotti Girl said, because I don't care. And she said, I do care. Okay. Thank you, Gotti Girl. Appreciate you. Well, Tammy, as always, it's an honor to have you in here. Thank you so much for being a co-host and bringing awareness and education to the table with me. We make a great show together, and I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you too, even if I do get fired on occasion.
Yeah, well,
Likewise.
well, okay. Well, you know what? you're rehard. Just kidding. The Gotti Girl said, think of those in the path of the hurricane. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And Orphanata said this, you talked about a certain content last episode, but I don't remember what it was. Sometimes
she had asked me if I would do writs. We had talked about
okay. Well,
we may do that next Wednesday.
Okay, because I was going to say we can do the brothers episode on Friday, and next Wednesday we can do that.
Yeah, the writ would be good to go into on a Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Bring your pens and papers, guys.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very educational.
We'll give you a lot of stuff on Wednesday.
The school bell rings. That means school's in session.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, guys. Well, anyways, with that being said, thank you guys for all being here. I appreciate you guys. Love and respect you all. And we'll see you guys on Friday's Man's Night. With that said, I'm your host, Jay. I'll see you guys on the next one. Good night, everybody.
Good night.